to see how we can write some extremely irritating code. First up, no guard clauses. Nest the bulk of each function's body in many nested if statements. Make sure that some of them have an else block that throws the same unhelpful exception, except this one. This one's going to return null. Next up, we have a real classic. Be sure to put all of the code in one file. This one is really common among CSS developers who aren't using a preprocessor, but you get bonus points if you do it in JavaScript or C++. Be sure to switch it up. Sometimes you want to put the code in as many small files as possible. Yeah, it's a thing about balance, isn't it? Next up, one of my favorite tricks. Write everything in a single statement of code. No, not multiple statements in a line. Following the constraint of nested blockless for loops ending in a print statement with ternary operators, allowing for nesting, satisfies Turing completeness. Have fun with this new information. Next up, don't write any comments about important edge cases or unintuitive behavior. Alright, so let's remove this comment and let's delete this. Nobody's gonna read that. It's also important to write lots of useless comments describing code that can be easily read and understood. The importance of this can't be stressed enough. Writing all of these comments devalues comments as a whole, rendering really important comments more difficult to notice. Next, be sure never to add editor configs to gitignore. Make sure all the editor configs are allowed in gitignore, and be sure to edit your code at least once in every editor, turning on any autocomplete features. Next, we move on to an architecture tip. Don't extract data from your application's logic. If you have to type the same information multiple times to make a small change, you can be sure that you're writing a proper enterprise-grade application. Next up, use interpreters for domain-specific logic. Instead of writing data or using the Fluent design pattern, embed a Lua interpreter. All configuration should be Turing complete and written in unfamiliar syntax. And now we reach the final and most important point. Use PHP. Be sure to use an older version of PHP, like PHP 5, so you can use these important deprecated features. And always scrape the bottom of the barrel on Stack Overflow questions.